guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Game, and it's something on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright, I paused to carefully consider my words. The last thing I wanted was to give Tai the wrong idea, or make a damn fool of myself. I wanted to talk to you about how quickly things are moving between us. Ah, I see. It is not the first time today that you have mentioned it either. I do hope I have not taken things too far. No! My outburst caught Tai by surprise. This was exactly what I was trying to avoid. I calmed myself before continuing. Well, maybe, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, but me? I'm 100% happy. 120% even. I love how exciting this all is. I'm crazy about you and I've been having the best time, but I'm just worried about you is all. And I guess it's hard because I don't really know why you put the brakes on before. I don't really know what's appropriate and what's not, so I've mostly been letting you call the shots, but then, well, things like this morning happened. And it was amazing. You were amazing. Your tongue is seriously amazing. And you smell amazing. And last night, I know I initiated, and that's on me, but it was what you've been counting on all along, and it was amazing too, but I just... It is okay. I understand what you were trying to say, and I understand your concern. Before, I guess I had some uncertainty. Things moved quickly between us, which in and of itself was absolutely fine, but I fell for you very, very quickly. And the last time that happened to me, well, I'm here with you, am I not? I suppose that tells you how that went for me. I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing. I wanted to make sure I would have no regrets if I continued onward. I wanted to make sure this was right, and, well, more, besides. Hopefully you understand. But then I did what I did, and it tore me apart, and as soon as you walked out that door, I broke. I knew right away that I had made a terrible, terrible mistake. I went to visit Lucas and spent half the night bawling into his shoulder. And you know what? The old bastard chastised me. He told me straight up that I was an idiot. He told me that with my situation being what it was, you were not only a great addition to my life, but you were quite possibly the best thing that could have happened to me. Wait, he told you that he didn't know the full story, but that's not... Wait, he told me that he didn't know the full story, but that's not what this sounds like. The way you're making it sound, he knew exactly what was up. Oh yes, you are quite right. There are no secrets between us. I take it he was lying to help you keep this secret of yours. I can only presume so, yes. He's one of the very few people who knows everything. And I take it you still cannot tell me what that is? I'm sorry, I wish that I could, but... You know, I've never even told Lucas. He figured it out all on his own. And now he too shares the burden of keeping that secret. If either of us told anybody about it, well, someone might get hurt. I understand, and I trust that you're telling me the truth. That you're only keeping the secret for the right reasons. Just please don't betray that trust. I promise you, I will never betray your faith in me. Your trust in me, not as long as I live. Thank you. You know, Lucas also told me that you'd asked him to call me in, to keep an eye on me and make sure I was okay. Oh, did he now? I was somewhat confused by what Tai had found to be quite so hilarious. Thankfully, he noticed my visible confusion and quickly ordained to clue me in. You see, I would have asked, but before I had a chance, he told me that he was going to call you in. Work was busy, and he could have used your help, but even then, he did not mind if nothing got done. His main concern was to keep an eye on you himself. He did that on his own? Indeed, and once he had told me, I asked him to make sure you were doing okay. And you know what he said? I will, but for my own reasons, not yours. And of course, in classic Lucas fashion, he pretends the whole thing was my idea in an attempt to avoid showing weakness. I am really starting to like this sensitive side. That morning he sat down with me and he said some really sweet things that cheered me up quite a lot. It was the first time I'd really seen him behave like that. Usually he's so tough and gung-ho. Quite. He developed a thick skin as a child. As you can no doubt understand, he presents himself as tough and scary, and sometimes he even can be. But underneath, he is a kind and good-hearted man. You just have to slowly earn his trust, and his guard will come down all on its own. He's definitely tough and scary around Eric. Indeed he is. That rat is utterly unbelievable. Their interactions make for a very entertaining watch. You think Eric would have gotten the memo by now? You would think so, sure, but this is Eric we are talking about. Anyway, I digress. Lucas told me later that day that you had slept through most of your shift, but he told me that you were taking things as well as you could have been. I know that was my fault. I'm sorry. Lucas knew I was asleep? Indeed, he knew. He pretended not to, but he knew. Crafty old bull. In the end, he was right about it all, too. Perhaps I should have consulted him before I wound up hurting you as I did. Maybe he could have slapped some sense into me. Nonetheless, everything I said to you on Tuesday, I was not flirting with you. Well, not just, at least. I meant that. I still mean that. You are amazing, incredible, perfect. The happiness that I feel when we are together, the excitement I feel when I know that I will be seeing you soon. What I am saying is that when I asked you to take me back, I believed I had made a mistake, and the time we had spent together has only served to make me certain of that. It is not to say that my reasons for doing so were wrong. I did so with the best possible intentions, even though the action itself certainly was wrong, and it is not to say that the complications which led to that are no longer relevant. But it is to say that no matter what happens, I know being with you is what is right, and no matter what happens, I will never make that mistake again. We do not have to take things slowly, because I am not going anywhere, and I genuinely hope you feel the same way. I do. There's nothing in the whole wide world I want more than this, than us. And the fact that I have that is the greatest feeling I have ever felt, and I'm so excited to explore this with you. I can't wait to see where things lead. I am so glad to hear you say that. I, too, cannot wait. So, yeah, if you're 100% sure, then so am I. And I guess that means we can, get as wild as we like, as often as we like. That, my dear, sounds like a terrific plan. Actually, that's something I kind of wanted to discuss as well. You're a gentleman on the streets, but you're one hell of a freak in the sheets. I am glad you have noticed. I do not do things in half measures, after all. Although I do hope that my appetite does not become too much for you. After the punishment I gave you last night, I'm the one that should be worried. I took things way too far. I deliberately hurt you. My dear, I would like to remind you that I had no complaints. It is like I said after the fact, I have quite simply never experienced better. And well, no pain, no gain, right? Ha! Well, I'm glad, but if I ever do take things too far, please tell me, and I will do the same, although I have to be honest, I kinda doubt it will come to that. Really now, that almost sounds like a challenge. Maybe it is. Perhaps it's time to take those kitty gloves off and show me what you're really made of, eh, house cat? Challenge accepted. Tai held out his hand, offering to shake on our agreement. I did exactly that, shaking his hand firmly before he spoke once more. Giving me a free pass is a terrible thing to have done, Hunter. You had best watch your back. I may strike at any time and any place without warning. Even right here, right now? You may relax. I do not wish to confirm what I am sure Russell already suspects. Oh, hell, he just had to go and remind me. He didn't say anything, but... Indeed, I should have been more careful. I apologize for having blown our cover, but at the very least it seems as though he does not hold it against us, even though I lied to him and had him set up the camp on our behalf while we did our thing. It's okay, you don't have to apologize. It was fun, even if being forced out is kind of embarrassing. At least he doesn't know the specifics, right? Very true. It has only been twice thus far, and already it would seem as though our union comes bearing quite a substantial content warning. Ha! I can't wait to see what you've got up your sleeves, house cat. I am quite looking forward to hearing you howl again. My goodness, feeling your knot pressing in the most perfect place. My backside searing from your furious retribution, while my insides flood with your essence as you howl at the very, very top of your lungs. Truly, that moment was heaven. Huh? What is... I stopped dead in my tracks, prompting Tai to turn around and gaze back at me inquisitively. I could smell something. Something delicious. Something that I craved. Something... And so the shoe finds itself on the other foot. What? I am the source of that particular scent, my dear. You see, the topic at hand has... Well, I'm sure you recall. I did recall. The day before, I had become somewhat aroused, generating a scent which Tai picked up on whenever the wind was traveling in just the right direction. And today, in that very moment, there was a subtle westerly tailwind, blowing Tai's scent just far enough ahead that I could catch it. Our discussion had aroused him, and this time I could smell him. He smelled ridiculously enticing. It took all my self-control not to drop to my knees right there and get a little close and personal with its source. Damn! You sure you don't want to nip into the bushes for a quickie? It is a very tempting offer, but... One second, y'all. Water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's jump back into it, shall we? Okay. I know, it was a joke. Kind of, but if it weren't for present company, I'd already have those jeans around your ankles. Indeed, we are of one mind, then. I sighed longingly. Soon, my dear sweet Tai. Soon. I guess it would be wise to distract you from this topic, or else your tasty aroma may drive me feral. It would seem we will not have a choice. Look ahead. They have stopped. Huh? Returning my focus to the path ahead to confirm what Tai had said. Indeed, both Axel and Russell had stopped walking, and instead were standing off to the side of the path in a small clearing. We quickly caught up with our now idle companions. Gentlemen, whatever seems to be the hold-up? Ax couldn't help himself. Had to, stop and take pictures. Such a nice view! Both Tai and I looked in the direction that Axel was facing as he snapped photo after photo of the landscape ahead. True enough, through a clearing in the trees was one of the finest views of Woodcrest imaginable. We could see the winding rivers leading to the lake, a city center on one side and the suburbs on the other. We could see the cloud-capped mountains on the opposite side of the city standing proud and tall in their unrivaled majesty. From here I could even make out what appeared to be Diego's house, a tiny section nestled deep within the suburbs. I could see why Axel chose to stop. The view from here was almost as incredible as the view we had from the outcrop. My goodness, truly a spectacular sight. I would wager that you could see each and every building in Woodcrest from here. I can even see... Tai turned clockwise to face the north side of town, a slight haze only somewhat obscuring the unbelievable view. See what, Tai? Ah, never mind me, just thinking aloud. Easy, Axe, you run out of space on your phone at this rate, my dude. But what if they're all no good? You've taken 20, little dude, at least some of them gotta be good. Yeah, I guess you're right. Come on, Axe, let's mosey. The two of them set off once more, rapidly regaining their lead as Tai continued gazing in the distance, his focus very much on some distant object in the northern part of town. Tai? Oh, dear me, I am sorry. Shall we? Of course. The two of us resumed walking as Tai pondered to himself in silence. I couldn't help but wonder what was on his mind. Everything okay? You seem distracted. Oh, yes, everything is... Well, I have been thinking about Russell, actually. I have to admit I am rather taken with him. In a professional sense, I mean. He has an interesting manner of speech, but he is clearly quite intelligent and articulate despite that. Well, you have an interesting manner of speech, too. You are right, I do. I do not always speak this way, nor have I such an aversion to contractions, even if the odd one does still slip through. Russell's manner of speaking is very different to mine, however. It gives the impression of him being relaxed and very carefree, which is neither here nor there alone, but combined with Russell's clear abundance of initiative and motivation... His eggs, they tasted just like the eggs Gran used to make. They were flawless. Jeez, I'm right here, dude. Oh, no, I did not... I was thinking that... What, were you thinking of offering him a job or something? Until you arrived, it had just been Diego and me for a while. Our other employee, Vanessa, has been saving for a big overseas experience and had finally saved enough money to head off on her way. She said she wanted to come back, but she also planned on being gone for at least a year. And who knows, she might find somewhere she likes better than Woodcrest, and I'm sure she has aspirations beyond being a bar woman. But the timing was kind of right for me. I was happy to work 7-day weeks, open to close. I did not really have anything else happening in my life, so it kept me busy. And it was a good distraction, and then you turned up. I offered you a casual position for that very reason. Not because I didn't need you, but because I was quite okay doing what I was doing. Now there are things I want to do, places I want to go. With you and Diego, I trust him, mostly, and I know he is capable, but we cannot keep doing this. I cannot rely on him to look after my business because I am off gallivanting with my boyfriend who just so happens to be my only other employee. That is incredibly unfair to him. That is one reason I want to hire Russell, but it is also, like I said, I am genuinely very taken with him. He's talented, motivated, intelligent, low maintenance. I believe he is a good person with good intentions, and I feel as though he is quite dependable. But would I be holding him back? Surely somebody like him can do so much better than working at a bar. Dude, the bar is a great place to work, and you're a great boss. The pay is good, too. If you recall, I'm earning more working for you than I was using my degree in Sidonia. Ah, yes, $2 above minimum, was it not? Yep, only cost me $55,000 in student loans to land such a tremendous position. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Trezum Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to your ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!